college. Whoa. I had that thought a lot over pandemic, and then College Humor made that video that was like the CEO of Skype, and it was a YouTube video that was like, you already used Skype as shorthand for video calling. Like, how did we fumble this? Like, we had you, you had, we had you. It was already called Skyping, and you just switched on us because of one virus. Like, it was so good.
Was it a
Yeah,
virus thing? I don't
I
remember
don't.
what the downfall of Skype was.
No, I mean like the global virus that
Yeah,
that was.
that virus.
Yeah,
I
that
was
one, that one,
like,
that one.
did Skype get
Not
people
only did
viruses?
not only did the pandemic take down America, but another virus took Skype down.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for having me. It's so nice to meet you both.
Yeah, it's nice
Yeah,
to meet you as well. Yeah, I loved your response to my like 2 years ago message.
Bro, dude. I felt so bad. For real. So you had Maggie, my good friend from the band Glimmers,
Yeah.
right.
on your show, and I saw your guys' clip together, and I was like, "Oh my goodness, this show is so cool. These people seem so nice. They're like in direct support of all of the things I want to be supportive of. I should send them a message." And I go to click message, and I was like, "Oh no."
Oh,
I was like, I
well,
can't
fuck
wait
me,
to reach
right?
out to these dudes. Yeah, exactly. I was like, all right. So like initially I was gonna be like, guys, my name's Pat. And then I was like, yo, I'm so sorry.
went from being super pumped to super bummed.
Yeah, well, but equally excited. I
And
was
pumped.
I was well, because I was about to like invite myself, right? And then I
Yeah,
was like, oh
I love
well,
that.
okay, good.
No, I mean I love that because obviously we wanted you. So
I appreciate that.
Oh
yeah,
man.
heck yeah. Yeah, I
Have we
think that was like you would have been like it. Well, 2022. I think that was like our technically our second season. We
nice.
I I don't know how seasons of things work. Our seasons go by the full year.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
That's kind of like what Hot Ones does, the
Oh,
chicken wing
sure.
show. They do like a
Yeah.
Yeah.
season, but there's new YouTube like all year. So this, you know,
Yeah.
yeah. The have we
Well,
guys
that's yeah, I think and like Good Mythical Morning does that as well. They're
yeah.
like, it's like 3 months and that was the season. Yay.
I don't watch Good Mythical Morning that often. I mean, I've seen clips just because they're massive, but
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get told I give like on my TikTok all the time I give big Rhett and Link energy for sure. So
I can
I
see
get that
that.
often.
I
I
can
can
see
see
that.
that.
And let
There's
me
also
tell you that should make you feel good because Rhett and Linker's like my favorite.
nice. That's good. That's good. That's good. No, I've seen their clips with like any because they'll have like guests on and
Yeah.
like there's been like maybe a dozen times where someone I'm already a fan of is on their show and then I'll click to watch. But I know that some people like hit it religiously, just like every morning, no matter what. So
Yeah. That's
yeah.
me. That's my morning routine.
Have the three of us ever met at like a show or something and I'm just not remembering?
Um, I was gonna say you might
Maybe.
be familiar with me. I used to play in Postcards from the Moon, and I'm pretty sure I've reached out a couple times
Okay,
about
yeah.
playing shows with y'all way
Back
back
in
then.
yeah, I was gonna say like back in Denver days.
I think so because I think it was when you guys launched sent out released when you're around.
Yeah, very first release.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those were really, really good times where like there was a lot of momentum for our band, and then we just like we came to a full stop with the pandemic, which was a huge bummer. But yeah, that
Yeah.
was there were a lot of like DMs and people from like 2019 earlier that like because like half the people from before pandemic just like quit too. So
Yeah.
there's like a lot of names and faces that are like I played with you 2018, 2019 because all of our tours were self-booked, so we played with four
Yeah.
new bands every night. So there's like so many people that like come to shows or know us from then that I feel like I only have trouble remembering just because like just everything came to a complete halt, you know what I mean? So there was just nowhere to go to see them again for 3 years. So
Right. I don't think we actually like met in person,
mhm.
but I think you might have played with my band like after I had like stepped away and because I moved out of state.
Where were you guys local to?
San Antonio.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. Good scene. I like San Antonio.
Yeah, the
It's
singer's name is Caleb. That would probably be the guy you would remember, tall.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, nice. Very cool.
and I have a pre-pandemic hard memory. Like I don't remember
Yeah, yeah.
pre-pandemic. So you might have played with my band if you came through like the Midwest area, like Minnesota and stuff like that.
I don't think we didn't really make it out there just like logistically before the This Wildlife tour. Um, being from Wyoming and Colorado, and then now living in LA, like it was always so expensive. Like we would spend like over $1,000 getting to Oklahoma and back to play for like Oklahoma City pop punk kids, and that was that
Right.
was that was a nightmare. So if like
Yeah.
going anywhere besides Denver or like the Pacific Northwest was just impossible to do financially until our
Yeah.
most until our
It's
first full US. So
it's tough. Like especially like the Midwest is one of the luckiest places because there's so much right around us.
yeah,
But like as like for minute, being in Minnesota, we don't get a ton of the tours because it's like a dead spot. Like once you hit Minnesota, like there's no North Dakota unless you're going to like that North Dakota in Fargo. You're going to Fargo. That's it, because that's all there
yeah,
is.
yeah.
You know,
There's there's a few pockets like that in the country that just get the bad end of the stick.
yeah,
It's like Kansas. It's right there. But you can totally stop. No one does. You know what I mean? Like it's a
right.
bummer. Yeah.
Well, because what are you going to play in Wichita? Like, I
I
mean,
I know
maybe.
there's like two sides to it, because on the one hand, if you're like a band, a super small band like us, or even like mid-level bands, like you're just like not making as much money because there's not enough people there that know about you. But on the other side of that, like massive artists stop through there or choose not to stop there. And if they
Right.
decided to, like, I feel like everyone would come out because they're like, "Oh my God, no one ever comes here," and then they'd go. You know what I mean? But you
Yeah.
have to have like hit single status.
Yeah.
Wichita was a spot pre 2012 though.
Mm,
Like 2005 to 2012, like the best places to play were not the big cities. The big
yeah.
cities were the ones where you just no one would come out. If
Hmm.
you played like the smaller cities, you'd fucking pack them. But so much has changed since 2012.
Yeah, word, yeah, word. That's true. That's
You
true.
know, like now if you were going to play, you know, I'm trying to think of what's just another play, like just a smaller city in like Oklahoma. No one's gonna fucking go to that. But if
Yeah,
you play Oklahoma City, then people are gonna go to that. And it was like I said back in earlier 2000s, it was complete opposite.
yeah, yeah.
You'd play a church in some like podunk town. There's like 150 kids in it,
O
sweating.
Oklahoma City kind of had kind of a cool scene. There was that venue 89th Street that was like
Yeah.
cool when I was in high school and still cool now. And I remember like Forever Came Calling was a band that could like sell out there like back in the day. And like just that existed in Oklahoma. I lived in Norman for 4 years. So like I have a lot of love for like the like Bricktown area, and just like the venues that tried to like they would have All Time Low and A Day to Remember like every tour they could, and I always appreciated that a lot. So
Yeah.
Oh
Surprisingly
yeah.
though, Oklahoma
But
City and Tulsa both have like killer scenes.
yeah, yeah, it's true.
well, before we get too much further, let's actually go into the podcast. I might keep all this because this was great. This was
Yeah.
great. This was good conversation. But with that, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? Podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Tarnowski, and with me, as always, is Super Gibby, the man,
Yeah.
the hair, the legend. And today, super excited. We've got artist and content creator Patrick Gilchrist on the show. Patrick,
Woo!
we're gonna have a Battle of the Patricks today.
I know, so grateful that it's so easy to remember your name. I forget everyone's name immediately, and I ask him 2 or 3 times, and you text me like, "What's up? It's Patrick." I'm like, "Perfect, yes, got it, locked in." Thank you.
Well, right. I was gonna message you because I normally just do it through Instagram, and I was like, oh shit, he gave me his phone number. I was supposed to text him before this.
No, we got it. We got it.
We did it. And we did it. And not thinking, that you're over, in LA. I texted you at I think it was 9 o'clock my time.
Oh no, you're great. Normally my sleep schedule is like 6 a.m. to 4 p.m. or somewhere thereabouts. Really, really bad, awful night owl. Just only the moon. But this week, we have been hastily moving out of our current house
Yeah.
and into another living situation, and it's been a lot, but it's definitely kept me up from 9 a like at normal business hours to talk to everyone that I need to talk
normal
to.
business.
Yeah. So my sleep schedule is primo right now. I see how the rest of the world sees the world, and I don't prefer it, but I respect it.
That's fair. My wife goes to bed if she could go to bed at 10 o'clock every night, and she
Yeah.
wakes up at 5, 6 in the morning. I can't do that. I used to be the same way. I would stay up until 4, sleep till noon. That was my preferred. And then I had kids, and they don't give a fuck if you want to
I
sleep till
know.
noon. Don't care. And I think that's really kind of rude, It's
I know.
I
I
have
know.
to care about your shit.
It's true. It's true. No, I've been this way. I think my mom can attest to this, but I have been this way as long as I can remember. I mean, I'm sure, because I was an actual child, I was waking up with the sun at one point. But
Right.
If I am able to sleep till noon for my entire existence, I always do, no matter what. And
Yeah.
it's just because my brain feels better. At 10 o'clock at
Yep.
night, I just feel I'm more on top of it.
Yeah,
For anything, you know what I mean?
You're firing on all cylinders. I'm the same way. I feel like I get a lot more creative work done at nighttime, but it's hard because nighttime is when my wife wants to do the time spending, and
Yeah.
I'm just I guess I'll shut things off. I'll shut off.
How old are your guys' kids?
Was it 11 and 14?
Oh,
So
wow.
they are now able to go kick rocks, kid.
I
want to
are
sleep. Daddy's sleeping till noon today.
are they finishing freshman year or starting freshman year?
My daughter is going into. She's going to be a sophomore, but she should be going into a freshman. But she went in early.
Oh, I see. I'm the opposite. I went in late, so I was always older than everybody.
Okay.
But did
Yeah,
freshman year
so
did freshman year go okay?
yeah.
That's high school. That's spooky.
Yeah, that is scary.
Yeah, she killed it. She is
Nice.
She's the brains. Her and my wife, they're the brains. Me and the boy, we just play games. We play video games. We sit around in our underwear. We're just dumb boys.
Yeah, no, that's
They're
Can't
the
relate.
brains. Yeah,
What do
they're
you-
the brains, and they just let us know what we need to do.
What are you guys playing right now?
Nothing but Fortnite.
Dude, new Fortnite's good. It's back, bro. It's totally back.
I didn't like it at first. So let me just say, I just started last season. So my son was like, you got to play with me. I'm like, I don't want to play Fortnite. I don't want to do it. And he's like, just play with me. And then I'm like, well, I'm actually really good at this. So I guess I'll play.
I mean, in 2017 when it first started, it's all me and my friends did all day, and we were building and playing season 1. It was perfect, and then we just stopped forever. But they did the Fortnite racing with the Rocket League cars, and they did the Lego Fortnite, and me and my roommate, I was just like, Sam, it's just back. It's good. You gotta just play this. It's sick.
Yeah. I
That's
only
when
like
I
playing.
fell off. That's the funny thing.
Really?
I
Oh,
I
we
kind of
got.
like got stuck into Overwatch at that point.
Yeah.
I I have like just this. I think it's just a fun. I'm not gonna go into it right now, but I have this fun content idea that I really like. I've been telling Gibby we got to do this, and it involves Fortnite, and it's gonna be good. I'll
Nice.
tell you about it during. I don't want anybody to steal my idea before we get there.
I've been watching a lot of brain rot TikTok, and there's a ton of Fortnite references in there,
Okay.
and so that's just like melting my brain as well. So I'm just hearing people on TikTok make like vague Fortnite references in reference to brain rot content, and that's not bad for me, or that is bad for me, but I keep clicking on the videos.
That's fair. That's fair. I think most of my TikTok nowadays are ads or
Dude.
so many
Yes.
ads and cat videos and food. That's
Yeah.
like half of my stuff. Funny cat
Um,
videos, food and ads.
you have cats?
Yeah, I have a cat, two cats and a pit bull.
Oh wow, nice. Pitbull's fun.
No, yeah, she's the
It,
best.
is she like huge like that, or is she a little like one of the little ones?
She's she's a thick girl
Yeah.
and like she's not like she doesn't have like short cropped ears. She's got the floppy ears.
Oh, word.
Um and she should be skinnier, but she's a thick girl.
That's okay. It's not her. It's no one's fault. It's okay. She's doing her best.
Yeah, no, she's living her best life.
Yeah, yeah, word.
Like, she gets her walks, she gets tons of naps,
Uh-huh.
all the snuggles.
Absolutely.
She's got it. Yeah, she's got it. What about you? Do
Nice.
you got pets?
No, my pup passed away last year.
Aw.
It was really tough.
Oh,
I made a
I'm
bunch of
sorry to hear
content.
that.
I made a bunch of content about it actually. But no, he was like more than my dog. He was like part of my soul. And
Yeah,
for that
I feel you.
reason and because I want to tour, I don't think I'll get another pet for a long while.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
that like there's no part of me that's like open to that right now, and like I have built so much of my life about being gone. And so
Hmm.
while I'm in a place in my life where I don't have kids, don't have pets or anything like that, I just want to like continue that as long as I can.
Right. No, I
Yeah.
totally get that. Yeah, I feel you with that. Like I lost I had another pit bull and he passed away a few years back now. But like he was my best friend. We went fucking everywhere together.
Yeah.
Like he he was 17 years old though. He
Yeah.
was a big boy. Like he lived a long, happy life. So
I think
yeah.
there I think that's special, and I think there is a distinct difference between like a family dog, or like a dog that you have with your parents or have as part of a family, and a dog or cat for that matter that is like for a huge portion of my late teens, early 20s, it was like just him and I, period. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
like I didn't have other family with me or anything like that, and we went everywhere together with my friends, and it's like that was my only circle, just by sheer college of it all, was just like him and me, not my mom, not my dad, whatever. So I think it just creates something just a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's just a bond, Like
Mhm.
I was the same way, I moved out, like I got, I rescued this dog, because all of our animals are rescues, and like we got this dog, and I went through a breakup with him, went through like dozens of girlfriends with him, like lived by myself, I think the almost the entire time with him, traveled across, like he went with me from Minnesota to fucking Rhode Island. Like we
Yeah.
we went moved to Kansas City together and back, and
Yeah. that was my favorite part. I had my dog Django. He was a little dachshund Chihuahua. I had him in Wyoming, and there was
Yeah.
snow on the ground 9 months out of the year. And then, like, luckily, I was able to move us all to California, and it's sunny all day, every day. And he's
Right.
like, "This is paradise." Like, definitely the latter 5 years of his life, he was like, "This is amazing. Why were we not here the whole time?" And that made me
What
very
have
happy.
what have we been waiting for?
Yeah, exactly. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Just just a bachelor's degree. That's it. That's
Yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Well, speaking of bachelor's degrees, all right.
Mhm.
Not My Weekend released the album Shimmer Season back in November.
We sure
You
did.
got any new music in the works you can talk about at all?
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice being an independent band. I
Yeah.
don't I we're officially independent. We're fully independent. We bought all our old masters back from We Are Triumphant. Um so there's no label, and I have my booking agent Nina Swint, who I love very much, and
Yeah.
my producing partner Jared Gaines. So I work with them very closely, but whether or not I can
Mhm.
talk about anything unless it's contracted by a tour is just totally up to how I'm feeling that day. You know?
Well, and that's the thing. Well, and I guess like we talk to like mostly independent bands and stuff as well, but some people, they're not ready to talk about it, or
I know.
and so I'm asking, are you ready?
Well, there's this I've been on a podcast a couple times. They're my friends in the Good Noise podcast. I don't know if you know
Yeah,
them.
I do. Yeah.
They make fun of me all the time, and I joke around with them because they'll have me on the podcast and they'll ask me something similar, and I'll tell them what I'm thinking that day, and then just something different happens. Like, it's just not news because, like, I didn't know yet. Like, we didn't have it together at all. You know what I mean?
Right.
We're tentatively, uh so this is the same, is what I'm saying.
That's fair. That's fair.
um
I mean,
Tentative.
it only makes you a liar, not me. It's fine. That's
I know,
fine.
I know, I know. Tentatively, and I tweeted this just yesterday, I think, that we want to do a deluxe version of Shimmer Season. um
Okay.
I'm a person that really likes like a dedicated album cycle. And Shimmer Season
Yeah.
is my favorite release of uh our band so far. And I think there's so many new people that have gotten into us with Shimmer Season. And as people continue to hear about us, I don't want them to immediately start have to thinking about like a new branding, a new cycle, like a new version
Mhm.
of whatever we're doing. I just want them to continue like focusing on Shimmer Season and hearing our current songs. But to answer your question, yeah, we have a couple songs, like more than two songs, I'll say, um, that are in like the mix three stage. So
Okay.
they'll be mastered probably before June is over. Um,
Nice.
Ooh.
and those will likely be, well, definitely one or two of them will be on a version of Shimmer Season Deluxe, but we don't have anything that currently would make the album feel like a deluxe to me. Like,
Sure.
there's no interpolation of a song that's already on the record. We don't have any additional features or anything like that. It's just straight up new songs. Um,
Hmm.
and so there's part of me that kind of wants to do one of those things so that it is like more deluxe in nature. But
Right.
if I just don't have, truthfully, the time or money to make that happen, like, we're still gonna put out new songs and it'll still be on a deluxe version of the album. Um, and that's and when that happens, for me, is totally based on when we have shows. Because, like, I was talking about this with our booking agent. I want to be playing shows because I want people to think of us as a live band, but really promoting any new music for me under any circumstances, I kind of need live clips of that song for TikTok and Instagram.
Right.
I mean, like, I guess it's not a necessity, but it makes the job 10 times easier if I have, X number of videos of us performing a song in front of an audience. So, like,
Right.
there's a couple things that we have booked and ready to go that I'm excited about for late in the fall, but it's just late in the fall. So
Yeah.
I'm trying to solidify something early September, early October, and then basically figure out when is the best time to put out these new songs based around that. And honestly, that's the exact same thing that's exactly what we did for Shimmer Season. I mean, the whole album was done for like 6 months. And with our first EP, Yellow, that EP was done for a full year. Like it was mastered for a calendar year before it came out because like I just didn't want to put it out without a set of shows or a label or something more than just us shouting into the ether behind it. And
Yeah.
that level of patience has at least rewarded me twice now, so I'm trying to keep that up, you know.
It's hard to have that level of patience, though. I mean, for like realistically, in order like for somebody to not just like throw out a song as a single because one of the masters came back, like, well, let's put it out, let's put it out right now.
Yeah.
It's like it like not doing like not just immediately doing that is so difficult for most people. But like I would say that like the way you go about it is totally the right way. We talk about this as well. It's like, I mean, there's tons of different ways, of course, but in the age we're in, where content is everything,
Yeah.
if you just put out a song and all you have is a song and a picture, your little single artwork, well, how far is that going to get you
Yeah.
in this age? Like you don't have like what's your video content? Do you have stuff planned? It's like it sucks, but it's also like it's fun. I love content and I love creating content, so that like this has always been like something that I've been hoping for, to where it's like, oh, you gotta make videos. Great. Now my band will fucking make videos.
Yeah.
But but it's such a hard path. There's so much you have to prepare to like get everything out and to make it count.
I think that there's like I think that what works is a little bit different for every artist, even in
Sure.
even in a 2024 like content consumed TikTok landscape or whatever.
Right.
But I think there's this rapper named Connor Price I like a lot,
Oh, I
and
love
Yeah.
Connor.
and he approaches music like he would approach a YouTube channel where there is a new song every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because
Mhm.
just like there would be a new video every week. And I think that's so perfect for him and his audience, but his audience is like a YouTube subscriber base. And
Right.
and like I feel like I'm in sort of this tricky spot where I want the band to be this traditional pop punk thing where like the live set and the show is king. But I'm not going to stop making videos, and we got to like and I love making videos to promote the band. So like I I try and walk this line where it's like you will always get new content from me, but the albums and the songs are going to be treated with the live show in mind. And
Mhm.
if I'm putting out a song every week for a year, that's 51 songs that won't get played at a show, and you might fucking love one of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so now you're buying a ticket to come see us play. We put out your favorite song ever, and it's just not getting played because we put out 52 songs this year. Like it's just not even if we had all of the resources in the world, like our set is too important to me to be putting out songs at a rate that does work for a Connor Price. Or even like Magnolia Park is an example of a pop punk band that just seems to just drop every idea that they've got. It's probably
Yeah.
not true, but it's how it seems because like there's there's EP mixtape album, EP mixtape
Yeah.
album. Like I can't I have no idea how them and Epitaph Records do it.
Yeah. I mean, I would say of like the bands in this scene, like they put out more music than anybody. Like it is fucking impressive.
Mhm.
And it's a lot to keep up with.
It is. It is. I don't know, but again, that's like I think it's worked for them, but I will say that
Yeah.
like I do think I have like a pretty good idea of what their set is going to be. And there are a couple songs like on the latter half of the mixtape that I know I won't get a chance to see live, you know. So
Right.
it's different
Yeah,
for
that
everybody.
absolutely. And yeah, totally. Like that is a thing for, you know, with releasing so much music, there's a good chance you're not going to hear it.
Yeah.
If, so, and I
Yeah.
I agree with that. I like that. I also like that's how I always approached music as well. Like I don't want to just throw out every idea I have because not every idea is a good idea.
Yeah.
You know, and that's you know that's the same for content, but content can be a little bit different because you can make a just a really dumb video sometimes, and it's okay.
Yeah,
Like
I'll definitely I've definitely uploaded videos where like I wasn't sure if it was good or I straight up thought it was bad just to find out like what other people thought, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
right,
As long as you know, as long as I know in my heart that my content is like ethical and non-offensive, etc.,
right,
or you know, offensive in the way I want it to be,
right.
then then it's then I'm totally comfortable putting up something that I think might literally be bad just to find out that that it really works for a lot of people. I put up a video where I was like wearing the jacket from the My Chemical Romance Black Parade album,
Mhm.
and I did not think it was funny at all. But I thought just because the My Chem jacket was there, it might do well, and it did do really well. There's no joke about it. The joke is just that I have the jacket on. You know what I mean? That's it. And it did. That's a credit to Gerard Way and his artistic vision.
That's fair.
So Shimmer Season features a bunch of really good artists. You got Joshua Roberts, Brian Butcher, Vanes, and Kellen Quinn.
Yeah.
What could you tell me? Could you tell us like a little bit of like what thought went into like getting those specific artists?
Well, so Vanes is my best friend, Jared Gaines, one of my best friends. I'm very privileged and grateful to be surrounded by so many people that I can trust in Los Angeles. But Vanes is one of my best friends, Jared Gaines, and he has a separate project going on right now called Rat Park. Um, and he made all of these songs with us start to finish. He's playing all of the guitar on the record, basically.
Right.
And we wrote every song together. And he played with us on our This Wildlife tour. He was second guitar for that tour. So it's not unrealistic to even just say that he is like in the band, part of the band. He just like he has his own creative thing going on, and he just did that one This Wildlife tour with us. Like he didn't do the Between You and Me shows with us, and we're very clear that we're like not playing with each other moving forward. It's just that like we were still figuring out like how to be a band in this way. So he did This Wildlife with us. So yeah, I trust him and go to him for everything. And like in terms of writing, like I just look to him completely. So he's featured on the song Smoke because that guitar solo is just too desperately him. It's the most him guitar solo you'll ever hear in your life. If you know Jared's guitar playing, it is painstakingly him playing the guitar. But rest assured, on every other song on the album, it's also him playing guitar. Like is like my good friend Nick Hudson, who is my roommate and who has been my guitar player since we were both 16. He is also a very good guitar player, is very capable of playing the songs live with us. It is and I am a pretty good guitar player. I practice a lot. I played most of the parts on our EP Yellow and album Honeymoon. Um, but Jared is better than us on a level where it is like irresponsible to not have him record it. Like it would only be to serve our ego to make us play the guitar. So
Sure.
like in terms of like my decision to collaborate with him, it's impossible not to. I'm chained to his hip. um, uh, and then uh, and then everyone else, like that was kind of a decision that Jared and I made together about a way to like. I've been really vocal for the past year, and especially even more recently, that I want to support the community of bands that's doing it right now. Um,
Yeah.
and like and I feel so much support from bands like the Home Team in Magnolia Park, and like these are all people that we've watched like like start and grow, and Magnolia Park stayed at my house for their first like 5 tours or whatever it was, and like the home team is a band that we met through my good friend Annie Tunecliffe, who I've done, a full US tour now, and who has been like an older sister to me since I was like 17. So it's just like so much love and community of people that also happen to be having big songs right now.
Totally.
In a way that's like amazing. So I just wanted to like celebrate that. And we asked a lot of people that that fit that category. The song "Lightning" that Brian Butcher from the home team sings on, what he's actually singing was written by Eric from Heart Attack Man.
Oh,
And
wow.
I wanted Eric to sing it. Like, there's a demo of him singing that chorus, and I was like, Eric, be on the song. We'll make it featuring Heart Attack Man. And to this day, don't really know why he was like, no, like I'm not feeling it. It's like someone else should sing it. And I think, and because I'm pretty close with Eric, like he would tell me if he was I think genuinely in his heart of hearts, he thought it wasn't like he wasn't the right singer for it, which
Sure.
I fully disagreed with. He sounds awesome on it. He said Eric sounds great. But, like I asked Brian, like, hey, Eric feels this way. Would you mind singing this? And I think he sent it like the next day. He was like, no problem. Got you. It was done. And then when the song was coming out, like he had like forgotten he just like did it. He's like, no problem, man. I got you. And I was like, hey, this is coming out. And he's like, right. Okay. Well, hold on. I got to ask the label. I completely spaced on that. Um, and then, luckily it all worked out quick, but,
Yeah.
you know, so I love that song. And that song is like definitely kind of like to the relatively speaking to our band, kind of like a sleeper hit, it's the only non-single on the album that's gotten more than 100,000 plays, which by our standards, very small band is like huge.
Dude,
Um,
100,000.
100,000 is huge no matter what, I think.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, it is, and I don't want to come across like ungrateful or like in my own world or something like that. But 100,000 does not mean what it did 10 years ago.
Yeah,
And
you're right about that.
it's like, it's so palatable. You know what I mean? You used to be able to have 100,000 views on YouTube, and you would be like that would be Sleeping with Sirens. You know what I mean? Like that would be the biggest band in town, and that's just like
Right.
the level at like, I think that people take for granted that like when you bought CDs, it wouldn't count, or when you bought music on iTunes, it wouldn't count every time you listen to it. So
Right.
we're talking about, 150 years of songs getting listened to billions of times.
Right.
But now that number is front and center, very clear for everyone to see. It's been listened to 1 billion times by the planet. You know what I mean? And
Right.
it's like you think about that, and there's like artists like Katy Perry or Lady Gaga or something that just happened to be the biggest artist ever in 2008 when it was still iTunes based. And it's like they are bigger artists than uh uh than uh who made Gucci Gang or whatever. You know that song?
Oh,
That's
Oh, fuck.
that's Lil
Is
Pump.
that a little pump? Yeah.
Lil Pump. They are much bigger artists than Lil Pump. It's not even close. But like Gucci Gang came out when everyone started counting plays, so that happens to have a billion streams on it or whatever. That's a
right.
horrible example. I just,
No,
you know what
no,
I mean.
that was a great example because it kind
I
of put that into perspective that
Yeah.
Lil Pump's Gucci Gang on paper,
Is
or not
more
on paper,
popular.
but has
Very.
like more
Mass.
numbers than like other like big time artists because they have years of millions of plays not being accounted for.
Yeah, I'm
Right.
getting way away from your question. If you wanted to stay on the rails, I apologize. It's
No,
just
no,
not
you are
possible.
good.
It's not
I
possible
love
with me.
this. We love this. This is what we're here for.
This is what the podcast is for, though. Like and let's be like realistically, though, it's like, yeah, you can answer every single like question of ours and like do it to a T and be like very precise and stuff. But it's like like if it's like your fans listening to this, like they probably heard some of this
Yeah,
before. They want more. They want to hear more shit. They want to hear your tangents.
I
They want
appreciate
to,
that.
like that's, I mean, that's like nobody gives a shit about the same things I say every fucking time. Like they've heard
Sure.
my ass talk every week, you know? Like they want to hear you, and like, and especially like for people that are just avid listeners of our podcast and maybe don't know who you are, now they're learning all about you and your
Yeah.
thoughts. And like that's, I love this podcast because it's a chance to be open and just discuss and just talk about just nonsense shit, even, or like get really far off topic.
Yeah, I
uh
agree.
we do that all the time. I Gibby can attest. I get off topic very much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I feel like it's kind of my job to not let it get too far
Too
off.
far,
Like if it,
yeah.
I'm just here to reel it
Gibby
back
usually
in. Like,
reels
hey, hey, hey,
reels us
hey.
back in.
The yeah, the and then the Magnolia Park feature was just I straight up reached out to Josh and he was
Yeah,
down and I was so stoked. He wrote his verse and I've said this a few times, but like his verse is like very much like spooky, like vampire core type
yeah,
lyrics. And I'm just such a golden retriever ass dude that I just can't get away with that. So the fact that like those lyrics are present on a Not My Weekend album is so like fun to me because it has to be him doing it. Otherwise, like no one would it just wouldn't work. And then
yeah.
Kellen Quinn, Kellen Quinn, I said this on Good Noise podcast, but Kellen Quinn was um a very very nice person that reached out to me in 2019 about a song of ours called Crawl. And we had just kind of stayed in contact ever since. And we wrote a couple songs together. We tried a couple things together, and then like I asked him to feature on a few different things that he wasn't really feeling, and then like I wrote a couple things that were maybe gonna be for like a solo EP that he sort of did over COVID that didn't fall through. We were just like texting over a pandemic, basically.
Sure.
And then Knock Me Out was the third song that we wrote for Shimmer Season. And it like, I just sent it to him, asked him what he thought. And he, in no time, was like, I'd love to sing on the bridge of this. And I
I
mean,
already
Kellen,
actually re-recorded all of the vocals
yeah,
for
yeah,
this.
oh my goodness. My dream. Absolutely, bro. That would be wonderful.
um, where you're only going to sing a little part, so it's mostly just going to be featuring Patrick.
Yeah, right. Dude, I would
This
love
one's
that.
mine. Yeah,
So,
totally. That would be the way to like should make like somebody should do that. You go ahead and you take this idea, but do an entire collaborative album, but the entire album is featuring them on all the vocals pretty much.
kind of this wildlife kind of did that on
Did
the
they?
on Tour Story, the tour we were on supporting them. They were so I mean they had been promoting the album opening for Yellow Card.
Yeah.
And this wildlife loves a theme. So the
Yep.
theme of the album was Tour Story, the Toy Story parody.
Hmm.
But the like effectively the album that they were promoting was their uh it's called oh no, this is really bad. Don't Kevin, don't listen to this. This wildlife was it Never Fade or was that the one before?
Hold on. I'm looking right
I
now.
am really bad with
Never Fade.
album
No, I
names.
had it right. It was Never Fade. We're good. It's fine. I knew it the whole time. There was never a doubt in my mind. Um their album Never Fade, but Never Fade is an 8-song EP album. So, it's kind of in between EP and album.
Sure.
And every song has a feature on it, and the feature is basically half of each song. So
Oh, okay.
it's sort of just like he talked about it every night, where it's just like a very, very ambitious celebratory of the scene type project album. Never Fade by This Wildlife. And it's got, I Prevail and Josh from Mag Park is on there and uh
Roy from
um
Dayseeker.
the Dayseeker song they played every night. So there was only like 2 or 3 songs from the album that were even in the set, and I think there's only 1 or 2 songs that they would actually, based on me talking to them, that they would commit to playing moving forward. But it was like such a cool idea, and it brought so many people together. And like, there's a couple songs on that album that like I think need to be staples in their live set because they just like they worked so well. And like,
Sure.
I don't really know if it was because of the features or not, but regardless, like that's what that album exists for, is like just a collaborating as like, what if it was all collaborating? You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
yeah, they totally did that.
Well, all right then. I have not heard that, and I'll have to check it out.
It's my favorite. My
But
favorite song.
all
My
right,
favorite
so
song is the "I Prevail" one. "No More Waiting" with Brian Burkheiser. Yeah, it's good.
all right, I'll have to check it out. With so we've talked a lot about like content creation, creating and stuff. So I'm gonna take these next two, Gibby, because
I figured.
obviously one of them is like specifically my question.
Yeah, I
But
figured as soon as I
so
read it, I figured it was your question.
right. So we talked, like I said, we've done the band Not My Weekend and your successful content creating. What with that, like what social media platform do you feel like you personally find the most success in your content creation?
Uh,
They're all different and they all do different things.
the That's tough. I wouldn't look. I definitely
Yeah,
100% would have said TikTok a couple years ago. Um
right.
but
TikTok's changed a lot since then though.
and it, like Instagram kind of has it tied right now. I hate to give Meta or Mark Zuckerberg credit. But I am kind of having the same experience on Instagram that I used to have on TikTok. And
Hmm.
they're sort of just like meeting each other in the middle. Like there was
Sure.
when TikTok started, it was, and I still believe this, when TikTok started, it was the best social media that had been made, period. Um,
Yeah.
and
For
then and then everyone started copying them. And I don't think that YouTube or Snapchat has even quite figured it out yet. But Instagram got really close. Even though it was blatantly biting their bit, they did get really
right,
close.
right.
And then for a little while, like, and still a little bit now, TikTok like kind of fell off completely. Um,
Hmm.
for me, in terms of views and in terms of just what I was seeing on there, and Instagram was way ahead for like, at least in my brain, for at least like December, January of like 2023 thereabouts.
Right.
And then TikTok kind of came back, and then Instagram did a couple things that I didn't like, and now they're kind of just like doing this all the time.
Yeah.
Um and YouTube is sort of got its own thing going on. I'll get really big like shorts on YouTube out of nowhere. I'll get a video with 100,000, 200,000 views, but
Hmm.
like those people don't come back. They do not know who I am. Like on Instagram and TikTok, if I get a really big video or if people know me, you can kind of feel the level of people that know me. Even if it's 500,000 on YouTube, that it does not return, like, period. And like, and Snapchat like got like got taken advantage of as a money making platform, and it affected the content on there, and it made it so that unless you were, in my eyes, already a celebrity, it was so difficult to grow an audience on there, and they paid everyone millions of dollars to try and get people to grow an audience on there, and then they stopped and they left. They didn't keep going. um
I'm not even gonna lie to you, man. I didn't know Snapchat did anything like that. I like the last time I attempted to use Snapchat, it was just sending video things back and forth to your friends.
in Snapchat in 2021, Snapchat paid me a lot of money to post my normal videos that I was already posting on TikTok. And they paid people much more famous than me and much more active and much earlier to their program than me, millions of dollars to post the same thing that they were already doing. And then and they were like, this is great. It makes sense that we're spending all this money to keep the creators around. We'll just be bigger than everyone. And then they stopped, and it's just like only people that were already megastars stayed around for that, You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
there was no incentive to stick around. It was insane. It's also never happened again. Like no one has spent that amount of money keeping people on a platform before or after ever. Like the closest, my experience, the closest was like 2015, 2016 YouTube before Logan Paul posted the Suicide Forest video. Before Logan Paul posted that video, if you were a famous YouTuber, you could you like and you had and your videos were getting 1 million views, you could make $250,000 a video. That is gone. That does not
Yeah.
happen now. But like 2014, 15, 16 YouTube and like 2021 Snapchat, for me, my experience are the two biggest times in social media history where money just flew. Just insane. Just insane amounts of capital just leaving. That was
Wow.
you got me really hyped up. I apologize.
No, I love that. I love that because and the thing is like I love these questions because like the content creations because it's different for everybody. I mean, we were just talking to Lil Used, and we're like, what works best for you? And he's Facebook. Facebook works the best for him, and
Yeah.
and the thing is it's social media is insane right now. It is such a weird place because you have to post on all of them. You have to.
Yeah.
Because the people that are on Facebook probably aren't on TikTok. If they're watching the Facebook reels, they're probably not on TikTok. The people that are watching YouTube shorts, 100% are not on TikTok.
There was a you guys are aware of Mr. Beast. I'm 1,000% positive,
Who?
right?
Who?
I've only had those feastables.
Yeah.
That's all I know.
God,
Yeah,
all
he makes good
all the
chocolate.
free advertising.
Yeah.
He did an interview. I like his videos a lot, and he did an interview where he said like it
I
was
agree.
interesting. It was interesting a few years ago. He had to be a YouTuber, you know, and like his buddies, they had to be Viners, and you had to be and you had to make Instagram content, right? Or like, and he spent his whole life. He's like, I'm a YouTuber, but now like 2021-ish on, like if you make short videos, then you apply that to everywhere and it's not different, you know?
Right.
Like he was talking, he's like the only annoying thing is that you have to post 5 or 6 times, but like
Right.
he
It's all
doesn't
the
think
same thing.
yeah, he does not think up and coming creators should, at least at the beginning, focus on anything besides their short videos and shouldn't focus on any one platform. And with music or with just my personal videos, I definitely still feel like I'm in that place. So
Yeah.
like I'm just for much longer than TikTok and even like before Vine or anything like that, I'm really passionate about video. I love making videos. I loved it when it was vlogs. I loved it when it was Vines. I loved it when it was TikTok. I don't care what form it takes. I just want to make videos. It's
Mhm.
it's easier for me right now to make shorter videos that just shorter videos for like my money and my rent and everything, you know. I'd love to get to a place where I can make more music videos than the 2 or 3 that we're able to squeak out, or I can make longer videos or like short films or movies or something like that. But just for me right now, like the main passion will always be I love a video. And that happens to be TikTok, Instagram shorts, Facebook Reels, what have you right now. So it's way long way of saying it's kind of TikTok or Instagram, one or the other, but I just love making a video. So wherever that's got to go, like I'm putting it there, you know.
Love it. Okay,
Yeah.
and now speaking of short content, I feel like this question I'm going to ask you, the preparation to go into this maybe 10-second video you made is very impressive to me. How long did it take you to make that Greek helmet out of duct tape and Coke boxes for your Trojan Horse video?
No
'Cause
way.
that's fucking impressive.
I think he went to go get it. I think he
I
went to
hope
go
he
get it.
did. I hope he did go get it, because that thing is fucking amazing. I saw that and I was like, all I could think of was like,
Let's go. Wait.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, that's awesome. I never in a million years thought you were going to ask about this. I thought you were going to ask about like 3 or 4 different videos. Hold on. Woo! Wait, can I hear you?
Hello,
I
mic
mean,
check.
Yeah,
Can you
yes,
hear?
this counts. This works.
all right.
Not long at all. This was forged in gold. I inherited it from my ancestors. This is no, it took me no time, I'd say. That is it's kind of an ancient relic from deep in the past. I can't really get into it too much. All I say is that I hate the Trojans and always will hate the Trojans, and I'm happy to see them fall.
I
Oh my
when I
god.
saw that video, like, so those are the things that catch my attention. Like you're just like, you're not doing anything. You're just sitting there with that fucking helmet, and you're just like fucking, fake fist bump. I loved it. Listening to some Linkin Park. It's great. It was genius. I think it's genius. But all I could think of was like, Jesus, this video is like 10 seconds long. It probably took him like fucking hours to make this helmet.
It took me it took me like an hour, I'd say.
Okay.
The I just stocked our fridge with Cokes and Sprites because we had buddies coming over. Um, and then here's the situation. In the past, I'm so happy we're talking about this. This is awesome. In the past, like 3 weeks, I would say, I have gotten obsessed with the fall of Troy. Not the metalcore band, mind you. I'm talking about when Troy fell. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I picked my buddy up like a week ago when he fell. I get it.
Yeah. Nice. Good one. But so there's these guys on TikTok. Their names are Brandon is one of them, and I think his buddy's name is Ryan. And they make really good videos. I watch all of them. But they did a bit where it was like me and the boys in the Trojan horse. And theirs were spoken, but it was so funny. It was just like the Trojan horse going into the city and then being like, "Oh my God, they bought it! They bought it! They bought it!" Like, and it's just so funny, and it made me laugh so hard. And then I just started researching the fall of Troy, and it is crazy. It's an
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
insane thing that happened in human history. It's 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 nuts. It's a wild thing. And it just like obviously I knew about it from just like pop culture and from my actual history class in high school or whatever.
Right.
But like it was a city, and we're not talking about cavemen. We're talking about real human people. And it's like the love story is likely not true
Right.
or embellished to an insane degree. And it's possible that even the Trojan horse part isn't true, but it's also pretty possible that it was true. And if it happened, it's bonkers. It's the most Star Wars crazy way to do warfare in human history. And I'm so passionate about this for some reason. And and
No, I'm a huge history buff. Like,
I see that's my thing. I'm not a huge history buff. I'm
oh,
just
okay.
doing Fall of Troy stuff.
Okay. Just the fall of Troy. Okay.
I'm
Okay.
so weird with it. I can't explain it. I just started watching every YouTube video I could find on it. And yeah, like I was explaining it. This is funny, subtle flex. The Ready Set was asking me about this at a party. We were talking about
set at a party. That's
we
crazy.
were talking about I was talking about the Fall of Troy because I've just been blabbing to everyone about it, and he was like he was trying to understand why I feel crazy about it, and Jared was there too, and I was like, look, it was a city, right? So imagine that there was a wooden horse, and then no more New York. Like,
Yeah.
that's
And then
insane.
Like somebody just like with these, New Jersey, right? Because we're at war with New Jersey.
Yeah,
Just was
yes.
like New Jersey just like fucking came up to the gates of New York and was like, "Yo, y'all, hey, we're sorry, we fucked up. I built you this thing. It's super pretty. it's called the Statue of Liberty. If you want to put it
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
inside, if you want to just
Yes.
The
plop
Statue
this
of
inside your city for me, you just pop it in there. No big deal. I'm out. And yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your night.
Hold on. I'm gonna show my friends that I'm wearing this. The podcast is going great, by the way. So I got really obsessed with it, and then my friends, like Devin Papadol, my girlfriend Chevy, my roommates, they got immediately so annoyed with me that I kept talking about Fall of Troy stuff. So I just quadrupled down on it. And then Chevy was playing Kingdom Hearts, and I just started cutting up cardboard. And then she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Just chill, just hold on, just wait." And I just kept cutting the cardboard, and I went got the duct tape, and then it was done, and I put it on, and it was a Greek helmet for the Troy to fall. And she was like, "Oh my God." She was so upset. It was amazing. And then I made Devin wear it, and Benny from Avoid's worn it, and I'm gonna make more. And there's one more Trojan bit I got coming. But yeah, I just like making stuff.
uh my with my like love of like history and stuff like that, my wife is like the same way, because I listen to a podcast called Time Suck, and
Yeah.
it's my favorite. And like I've just been going back and listening to like old stuff, and I'm like, hey, do you want to know what I learned about Bonnie and Clyde today? I
Yeah, nice. Yeah, nice.
I learned a lot about I learned a real lot about Bonnie and Clyde today. Do you want to know?
It's so good,
And my
dude.
wife's like, sure, tell me. And I'm like, okay. So
I,
and I get
I just like drama too. I'm such a drama queen. I talked about we talked about the Sabrina Carpenter and Olivia Rodrigo beef for like an hour the other night because her new song is doing well. Um, I talked all about I talked all about with my friends the Will Smith and entanglement and his and the Chris Rock slap because he was on Hot Ones the other day.
yeah, I saw that.
I'm a huge drama queen. I love it. It's like real life soap operas, you know.
I
And
support
that's
it.
why I think I like the Fall of Troy so much is because it's like it's literally like a warfare that would have happened in Star Wars, but it probably just happened, you know, like a little bit ago.
I feel I feel like looking at it from like a 2024 viewpoint, right? It
Yeah.
like the the fall of Troy is honestly kind of like a fucking like a Will Ferrell or like Kevin Hart kind of movie, you know?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
this is like this is some fucking ridiculous ideas.
Yeah, I agree completely. Yes.
It's like
That's the
Will
perfect way
Ferrell,
to put it.
he's like, I'm gonna build a horse, and Kevin Hart's like, that's a big horse,
Yeah, yeah. Yes.
That's a big horn.
That's a big
Oh
fucking
my
horse.
god, I wasn't ready
So
for
good.
that.
Yeah. All right.
No, um uh back to your question. I've definitely spent longer, more prep time on shorter bits for sure. Like making a cardboard helmet so that my Trojan horse video is funny for 10 seconds. I'll do that every day, no problem. You know, I've spent days, weeks, like, you know, in a roundabout way, years, like achieving a bit that lasts for 6 seconds or whatever. You know, just whatever you got to do.
That's fair. That's
Yeah.
and nobody like so many people don't understand also the amount of time that goes into creating like 10-second short content. It's like yeah, you can just do this like you talking, you're
Yeah.
just holding like there's lots of different things you can do. But like sometimes it takes like an entire day, a week to like prep for it.
I get really intensive in my edits too. There's a buddy oh 06 Nissan on TikTok, Gabe, who plays bass in the band Young Culture. They're the best. Um but the wait, right? Am I crazy? My brain just blanked out. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes, obviously. I thought I got his username wrong. Yeah, oh 06 Nissan. I'm crazy. Anyway, He's really big on TikTok. He films everything in app. He does no captions, and it's literally just whatever he's doing in his life that day.
Hmm.
That is that is not my videos at all. I film out of app. I film I film in the Instagram camera app, or I film in the normal camera app, or I film on like on a camera if I have it, and then I take it
Right.
to my iPad and I do, oh, my light just died, sorry. I take it to my iPad and I do cross editing on all of the audio, and I do my own captions, and I make it so that Instagram and TikTok can't read my captions, so you have to read like what I've decided they are, and I do that for pretty much, for the most part, everything, just no matter what, just because like I'm just crazy. I didn't used to do it that way, and I don't know if it affects my content that much, but like I'm too used to like that level of quality in my brain now. So even bits that are just me being like ba ba ba, like I still take it in and splice all the audio and do all the captions and put a filter on that I think works for the lighting in the room. So like even the shortest little nothing thing will take me like an hour probably.
That's
Yeah.
fair. Well, but that
Yeah.
like I'm the same way. Like, Gibby, he for a lot of our videos, he's like, oh, I just film it on like Streamlabs or whatever. But then like I'm like, yeah, yeah, and I'll do the same thing, but I'm filming it, bringing it to my computer, editing it, and he's like, there's a faster way to do that. I'm like, that's not how I do it. That's not
Yeah.
how I do it.
I'm super down. There's a lot of AI programs that are starting to do your chop for you, like in Premiere and stuff like that. When that gets good enough, I'm gonna employ that ASAP. But for now, I'm definitely just watching it. In CapCut on my laptop, you can edit by the captions. So
Hmm.
it'll transcribe your video and it'll have all the captions laid out for you. And then you read what you said in the video like a paragraph, and you cut out words and it makes the cut in the video.
Okay,
That's
I've done
interesting.
I've done it for 2 videos. It's kind of fire. It's cool.
nice. I'll have to look
Oh,
into
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
All right, Gibby, probably let's hit him with the last question on the first part. First part.
Nice.
All right. So this is like the question we always ask before we go to our break. If you could give if you could give our listeners a piece of advice that you know now that you wish you knew when you were first starting your journey, what would it be?
I want to come up with something really practical. I hate when people are like follow your dreams. Like it's like
You
you
heard it here first. Follow
no
your dreams.
no 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 no.
No,
There
no,
was
no.
a
That no, no. What he said was don't fucking follow your
Yeah. Oh.
think practically.
I'm trying to think of something that really um um I mean
Yeah,
it depends what you're wanting to do, like music or video. Um um for video, I guess my advice would be like as long as you're making like ethical, nice content, which hopefully everyone should be. Um
agreed.
post a lot and like figure it out. Don't be afraid to fail in front of an audience. Like you're not going to figure out what works for you by yourself. And it's going to be cringy and embarrassing because you're going to come back in a couple years and it's going to be like, "Oh my God, that that's so cringy, that's so bad. I would never post that." But it was impossible to figure out what was going to work for you, or what you liked or what you wanted to post without sharing it. So just like
Right.
even if it seems like you don't have it yet, like start sharing it with people because there's just no other way around it. You know what I mean? And I mean, there's videos of me on the internet that I've wiped or that are still out there that just like, I mean, destroy me to my core. But that's just like me. That's me finding out how to perform and finding out how to post videos and things like that. I mean, there's so many videos that my mom put on the internet where I do not know how to sing. And it's not like I'm not like being silly or saying I'm a better singer now. I'm saying like tone deaf, like incapable of hitting notes. But it's just like I wouldn't have figured it out at all if I didn't play those shows or whatever.
Right.
Um, and then for music, um, I don't know, practice a lot. Um,
Oh, I thought you were about to say practical. Be practical. Don't do
no,
it.
no,
Practical.
no, no. Yeah,
No.
no, that's that maybe is a piece of advice that I would say, like, if you want to um um be famous or be rich, I would never knock anybody for aspiring to those things, but you should do something else besides music. Like, if
Right.
your goal is fame or notoriety or money, just there's easier, faster, better ways than being in a band. You know what I mean? Like, there
Cheaper, cheaper
or
ways.
singing
Cheaper
at all,
ways.
and much cheaper ways, right? Like, if you if those are any of the things that you seek, then, like, just, start, stick to video, or stick to vlogging, or podcast or something like that. But if for me, my like one of my favorite parts about, like, being alive is being at a rock show and playing a rock show. So, like, everything that I do, like, comes, musically at least, kind of comes in the support of that. Like, even when I'm
Right.
making the videos and stuff, it's just to get to play more rock shows, because I feel I'm a deeply, deeply extroverted person, and I have a hard time explaining it to my, like, very introverted friends, or my friends who feel most comfortable in their bedrooms and things like that. But, like, my safest, most happiest place is truly, like, surrounded by a bunch of strangers at a rock and roll show. So, like, my whole life is just, like, in support of getting to do that as much as I can, you know. And that's and so, like, if that's how you feel, just, like, you know, practice a lot, uh uh find really good friends that want to do it with you, and, like, and almost the opposite advice of the video thing. Like, do things that are a little bit lower stakes that you share with people before it's, like, the first EP and the first song and the first everything else, because you see so many bands, even if they put out good releases, they just, like, get ahead of themselves, or, like, their members aren't, like, tight with each other yet, or something like that, or they haven't played a show yet, and then they've got $5,000, $10,000 into a really good EP, and then the whole thing falls by the wayside through no fault of their own. They just, like, put the cart before the horse a little bit. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And
Absolutely.
it's like, I think there's a perfect world where you where you're practicing all your video stuff in front of an audience, while you're slowly building all your music stuff, and then everything comes together. And I think that on the level that I'm at right now, I'm still doing that. And I think that if I was selling out stadiums, I'd still be doing that, just in different ways. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, yeah.
Totally. One thing, just so to add to, like, the video stuff, it just, I was thinking about it. It was like, also, with, like, just putting it out there and stuff like that, but also don't be afraid to be honest. Be honest, and I say that because I'm very excited to see what the backlash is for Gibby's latest video that he did with us,
Oh
because
yeah.
we just released a reaction video for the new Falling in Reverse song, and
Yeah.
Gibby does not like Falling in Reverse.
Yeah,
and so
he's an interesting guy. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
so
Don't
I'm
like
I'm
him.
just,
Don't like the band. Don't like their music really.
and
I liked Old Escape the Fate, but that's
I
basically
just
it.
think it's fun. I just think it's fun. I'm excited to see what happens, because, like, realistically, this is, like, one of the first videos that we've done to where we're not just being like, oh, I fucking love, oh, I love
Yeah.
everything. He's like, no, I don't like this. The same, I think. No, no, what's this, a brick? This ain't a breakdown. I don't like this.
Yeah.
And because people either love seeing videos like that, or they're gonna be like, what the fuck? I love Ronnie. I
Yeah.
love Falling in Reverse. You're shitting on my band.
I'm
And
definitely yeah, I'm
yeah,
definitely honest to it. Like, I definitely take that to the point where I make mistakes sometimes, for sure. I agree with you completely, but, like, I will put jokes so far ahead of everything else, to the point where it has gotten me in trouble once or twice. You know what I mean?
yeah,
And you gotta learn those lessons too. But yes, I
yep,
completely agree. Be honest, but sometimes I'll be like, like I'll make jokes about our friends and stuff, and I'm like, this joke is just really important to me. Like I'm just putting it out there. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh
agree.
yeah. No. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's it's a like that's the thing is also with being honest, it's a fine line. And also like if you're like a really awful person, don't be honest then. Just lie. Lie,
Well,
lie super hard.
it's tricky. I almost think we're saying the same thing because like you get on the internet and you try and be honest, but like also you don't know who you are as a person yet. And it's
Yeah.
like, and we only just figured out cyberbullying like kind of recently, maybe not even at all. So it's like there was a time when like cyberbullying was a real prevalent issue because like kids and people in general weren't educated on the internet enough to know that you didn't have to like subject yourself to that. So
Right.
we're like I think we're only starting to be in a time right now where it's like kids know how to like not get pushed around on the internet, but you still don't know who you are because you're still growing up. But like all your friends are making TikToks and Instagram videos or whatever, so you're also gonna.
Yeah.
But it's like
Mhm.
it's like all you can do is do your best at being honest, just to find out you don't even know what you're about yet. You know what I mean? Like,
Totally. That's
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. The content creation. It's a ride, man. All
a
right.
big one.
And with that, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with our next segment. What's up, friends? We're super stoked to tell you that we just partnered with GFUEL. And let me tell you, there is no more pop punk beverage on the market right now than GFUEL. GFUEL keeps you energized, focused, and hydrated. If you go to gfuel.com right now and use code Unsigned Pop Punk, you're gonna save 20% off your entire order. You can get it in the tub form and have 40 freaking servings of flavors like Rick and Morty's Unstable Portal Fluid, which is a delicious strawberry limeade, or get something in the can form like Sonic's Peach Rings or Crash Bandicoot's Wumpa Fruit. Go to gfuel.com and check it out for yourself. Let us know what your favorite flavor is. And once again, don't forget to use our code Unsigned Pop Punk to save 20%. It's a heck of a deal, man. And we're back. Thanks so much for sticking around through. I hope that ad meant as much to you as it means to me, and I know it means to Patrick because he is very passionate about that ad.
100%.
All right, now it's time for everybody's favorite segment, the food for thought segment. We have done away with deep in-depth questions about music and life and soul searching. Now we're just gonna talk about food and just food. That's it. Just food.
Nice.
It's gonna be a good time. So starting it off, what's your favorite on the road snack in between shows? What
Yeah.
keeps Patrick going?
I need to like I've tried to get better about like eating real food between the shows because like you'll just eat gas station snacks for days at a
Yeah.
time and then you're like, why do I feel bad? Why is nothing in my body working correctly? That doesn't make any sense to me. um I was lucky enough to tour as performing crew with Ice Nine Kills for a couple years. And all those shows were catered and it was clutch. It was awesome. But no,
That's
I don't live in
beautiful.
I don't live in that world currently. A gas station snack. I love chocolate covered pretzels. Um,
Mm.
and I love a gummy bear. But I have to actively stop myself from getting those two things because it just gets gross. But those are definitely or Chex Mix. But I would say those are my like road snacks for sure. In terms of like we're in the van, we're going to the next place, we don't have time to stop, etc. Like a true peanut butter and jelly or an Uncrustable because it's just the right amount of like able to get it on the go and like kind of sustaining me with bread and peanut butter. You know what I mean?
Oh
So
yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah,
100%.
definitely an Uncrustable or a PB and J. And if we have time to stop, I mean, like Taco Bell is just our best fast food versus not making us feel bad is Taco Bell. So yeah.
Taco Bell is this podcast's number one food of choice.
It's just and
Fast food.
they're also everywhere too. You know, we don't have to look hard for one. So I really want to be a part of their Feed the Beat program sometime soon.
Yeah, but Taco Bell, if you're listening, because I know you are, you're always listening because we're always talking about you.
Yeah.
If you want to sponsor the podcast, we're here for it.
We're here.
We're interested. We're interested. Before we go, what's your jelly of choice? What's the jelly?
I like strawberry, but I'll do grape or anything but peaches. I'm just allergic to peach.
It's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair.
But like strawberry
I always
great.
forget. Nice. Good. You can't go wrong with those.
Yeah.
All right, Gibby, you're up. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. So, you mentioned earlier that you're from Denver, because I try to find some California stuff, but it's so hard to find food questions for about California other
That's
than like
too much.
it. Like, there's just so much, and I don't feel like respectfully, that like there's nothing like, I don't want to say special, but you'll see
It's
what I
just-
mean right
Well,
now.
because we found out
because
that like Mexican food like is very special.
Yeah.
They got good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Good stuff.
but like, because Denver has like Rocky Mountain oysters, green chili. What would you say is like the LA equivalent of that? Of like those like staples in like Denver.
Like an LA staple food wise,
Yeah.
like cocaine probably.
Yes.
Oh,
Snort some coke off of Rocky.
Just in terms of like cultural relevance, amount that I've seen people do it, availability, like
Oh, man.
You can also get this at Taco Bell.
you can also get this at Taco Bell. I'd love to be wrong. that's have you seen that?
Oh.
Yeah, no, like don't get like I'm straight edge ish, so I don't
Ish.
partake in anything like that. But it's just that I have trouble saying I'm straight edge because I don't have any moral quandary. I don't
You
drink
just
or
don't
smoke.
do it.
I just don't,
Yeah.
like it's just and then but yeah,
you're not
like
drawing
there's
touches on your hands.
no, and it's like also like our bass players in a vegan straight edge hardcore band, and like those guys are just
Right.
so about it. So I'm
Yes.
like nervous
It's
to be
intense.
like I'm straight edge, and then have other straight edge dudes be like, oh yeah, really? And I'm like, whoa, 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 like
I
but
just don't partake. I just don't partake.
yeah, I don't know. That really
It's not my
is
thing.
my
It's just not my thing.
that really is my best answer for that's-
No, I love it, and I love it, and I think I don't think we want to. Let's not make more of it. It's perfect.
No, that
Perfect the way
was
it
the
is.
perfect answer.
okay, word.
Perfect the way it is. That's a clip right
Oh,
there.
man.
It
That
is.
was a clip.
It is.
Oh my god. So, what would you prefer if you had to choose between Colorado style pizza, Chicago deep dish pizza, or is it Detroit deep dish
Either.
as well?
There is
that the other
Detroit
one?
style, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Detroit style, Chicago style, or Colorado style. Which one you picking out of the three?
I like a thin pizza personally. I like a
Ooh,
thin
okay.
pizza that you fold over and the grease is dripping everywhere, all over. And
Yep.
I also like in true form, I eat more pizza than I should. I wish like I wish I didn't fit into that stereotype, but it's just so easy. And I got my food stamps card, so you just pop them right in the oven, and it's good. But
There's
yeah,
nothing more pop punk than pizza, though.
I know. I just would love it if I wasn't so the thing. You know what I mean? Like,
You just
I
not that
just-
stereotype.
Look, guys, I'm sorry. I just
Yeah.
wish I wasn't so fucking pop punk.
no, the fold over greasy pizza. And while we're talking about it, Denver, Colorado, Marquee Pizza, the pizza in the venue that guy, when I was 16 years old, the owner of Marquee Pizza at the Marquee Theater in Denver, I didn't have a ticket to see Real Friends open up for Census Fail. And I didn't know Census Fail, and the guest list was full, and Real Friends was trying to guest list me, and um they hadn't even put out the new Put Yourself Back Together yet. They were still playing
Oh damn.
Floorboards and Everyone That Dragged You Here. Um, and I was just a massive Real Friends fan. It was like they were and are my favorite band. Um, and they couldn't guest list me and they couldn't get me in, and I was 16 or whatever. Um, and I went into the pizza shop and like I mean I asked to buy a ticket. I asked kids outside. I tried so hard to get in line. And then I went into the pizza shop because you could hear the band playing. So I was just gonna sit in their shop and listen to Real Friends play their song. And they started playing Anchor Down, and I started singing along, and the owner of the pizza place was working that night. And he like looked at the front lady and he was like, just let him in. And like the venue marked down like what would be his ticket and let me into the show, and I tipped him like $40, and I will forever support Marquee Pizza for that exact moment. So
I am
yes,
writing
That's
that
awesome.
down right now
That's
just
awesome.
because of that. That is a
yeah,
beautiful story.
no, it
He has
is
a list.
very beautiful.
I do
He has
have
a
a
list.
list.
Beautiful. His
Nice.
list is
Every time
beautiful.
someone
Yeah.
recommends, like, you have to do this. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay.
Oh,
it's
he's
so
got his
it
list.
is like it is going to you need it's going to drip out of your it will immediately start running like a quarter cup of water of grease off the pizza. It's so good.
So like Costco pizza.
Yeah, it's like really really nice bougie Costco style pizza for sure. Yeah.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah.
It's my favorite thing is I've honestly noticed this for quite a while now, but it's just funny. So Patrick, if you ever watching and you watch any other episodes, when we're in the food for thoughts like segment and stuff, fucking just watch Gibby, because you'll just see him. And somebody's like, "Oh, you gotta do this," and you'll be like, "Oh," and then you'll
Yeah,
see him go
he'll
off
get it.
and
He'll
start.
get it. Yeah,
You'll
yeah.
see him start writing something. It's
That's
it's
good.
great. It's
I
it's
have a
one of my
list.
favorite parts. It's one of my favorite parts, being like, oh, that must have been really interesting for him because he's writing it down. He doesn't want to forget. This is going on the list.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
All
right
right.
on there with like the big elephant in Jersey.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's what it's
The
written
big
as,
elephant.
big elephant in Jersey.
Nice.
I didn't
I
write
love it.
anything else. All
But
right.
now we
I
won't
got
forget
one
it.
more question before Pat takes back over.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So let's say me and my band, Gibby and the Supers, are in LA. For the first time ever. We're playing the show, and we're like, "Yo, Patrick, what's good? You trying to hang out?" You're like, "Yeah, dogs, that sounds great."
This sounds
Where are
like
you
the
taking
most
us?
realistic conversation too. I love this.
Where are you
This
gonna
is
Uh,
take
really
us
real.
to, like, as like just like, oh yeah, I know this great place for food.
mm,
What's the place you're taking us to?
uh, uh, um, Guido's barbecue chicken pizza right across the street. Not to just do pizza twice, but it is really good right over there. We order it a lot, and we're moving soon. So, like I said, so we probably won't get it much longer. I feel like I can think of another place. Um, the red taco truck on Sherman Way in Van Owen makes great carne asada. Red taco truck, Sherman Way in Van Owen. That's all you need. It's so good. They're not moving. They'll
He's
be there.
writing it down. He's writing it down.
I'm writing that one down.
And then um maybe oh, Rockin' Rakkan Rockin' Ramen in Little Tokyo, downtown LA. It's not like it's on the edge of Little Tokyo, but it's still there. And get the uh, what do you call it? There it's like a thicker broth. It's like almost an Italian broth in a bowl of ramen. It's it's like a mushroom broth or something like that. You'll know it when you see it. It's
Ooh.
dummy good. It's awesome. I love
Okay,
ramen.
okay.
Like I have tried like maybe 20 plus ramen places in Los Angeles. Like I get as much ramen as I can. I just had that like 2 weeks ago on a video shoot, and it knocked my socks off. So that's on the top of my mind right now for sure.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
What's
just
up?
wrote down 4 new places from this. Perfect.
Yeah.
All right. I love it. All right. This is our last question in the food for thought segment. It's a really deep one. If you were a potato, what kind of potato would you be?
Bro. Now, see, you put me in a situation, and I don't know if you know that you've put me in a situation, because I got asked a similar question on a different podcast where they were like, if you were a sandwich, what sandwich would you be? And you just framed this potato question in the same way. I
Yeah.
don't want to be eaten. I
You
I
don't
would
have to.
like
You don't got to be eaten.
you
You
don't
got to
have
think
to be.
outside the box.
I'm saying I'm not gonna say that I want to turn into something delicious. Like I would like you to like I would like to be disgusting and putrid. I would like someone to figure out that this potato currently has sentience, and I'd like to get you in a lab, get me in a lab ASAP to try and reverse this precarious situation that you put me in. You're pickle ricking me right now. It's, it's, it's like like,
That's fair.
That's
this,
probably the best answer.
That's a good
like,
one.
they did that to me
That's a
too.
good.
They're like, "What sandwich would you be?" I'm like, "I don't know. Save me something with mold on it, so no one picks it up. For the love of God, what have what have I
You're,
become?"
you're way out also for that same question. Like that's beautiful and like that is hilarious. But your way out is you could also have been a couch potato.
Couch potatoes good. Couch potatoes good. Good. You're right. Still me. Couch potatoes very good. Mister Potato Head. So I can
Yeah,
explain. Yeah. So I
that
can. I've got all the. By the way, all the toys can talk. You got to get us out of this situation.
That whole spiel, I just thought of the movie Sausage Party, where like the
Yeah.
only way they know
all
they're
the food
alive is
stuff.
with drugs.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. That's true. That's funny.
Holy shit.
Oh,
You're pickle ricking me.
my god, that was great.
Well, all right then. Uh, if you were a potato, I'll tell you right now, I'd save you. I'd save
Thank
you.
you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And if you were a sandwich, I'd fucking save you too.
Thank you. Thank you.
If you were
Ice cream.
anything, if you were a pizza, I'd eat the shit out of you, though. I'll tell
Okay.
you
See,
that
that's
right
what
now.
I'm. That's my point. So would I. That's what I'm saying.
That's the issue.
That's the problem. I
Yeah.
also love potatoes and sandwiches.
Yeah. I like a really deep baked potato with a ton of butter and bacon bits and cheese.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's like loaded, right? Loaded baked potato.
Yeah, yeah, loaded
Yeah.
baked potato from Applebee's. I'll go do that right now.
I have a bag of potatoes just waiting for me right now.
Nice.
just, just a fucking bag of them. You make sure you check those, Gibby. Make sure you're checking those
I'll make sure to get
there's
whatever drugs I
that
need to make sure they're not
one of them's
alive.
not sentient.
I used to work when I was 18. I worked in a produce department in a grocery store, and we would get shipments of bags of potatoes, and without fail, half of them would be rotten. So
Oh,
we,
Oh, I
so
just
we,
meant to check that they weren't sentient. You know.
that too. But you just like gave me flashbacks to like it was for real. It was a part of my job to like look at bags and bags of potatoes that had started growing plants. And
Oh, sure.
so you'd get whole bags of potatoes that were like just by virtue of being on the truck too long or whatever, like were beginning to be gardens. And it's just like it's like a creepy thing. It gets under my skin that like that it's just because it is, it's growing, and you're about
yeah.
to cook it. Like it's crazy. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All
I
right, that's the
used
end of
to
the.
oh,
Oh,
go ahead.
never mind.
Oh, my
No,
bad.
you're good.
Okay. I was gonna say
Food
I
for
used to
thought.
work at a fruit factory, and I was on the green bean line, and I absolutely hate green beans now because all day for like 8 hours a day, I would just stare at green beans, look for the brown, and just snip them off and throw them
I
back on
just
the
love
line.
that. I just love the thought that there's just a green bean line.
Yeah.
Like
That's what I'm laughing about. No, yeah. No, me and all my homies on the green bean line, we putting in hours. Like
That shit
we
sucks.
got it.
I'm really hoping to get that promotion. You know, I've had my eye on the Cobb line,
Yeah,
man. I
yeah,
really
yeah.
want to get on that Cobb line, man. Corn on the cob. Oh, it's good.
Oh
You
my
never run
god.
into
That's
brown
so
spots
good.
on Cobb.
I like it. I like it.
All right.
Oh my god.
Now that's the end of the food for thought segment. Uh, we got our last segment. We're gonna hop into our rapid fire questions segment.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
Here, you're just gonna speak from the heart, shoot from the hip, whatever's the first thing that comes to your mind. Don't be afraid to say it.
You got it.
All right. Monster Energy or Rockstar?
Red Bull. Just definitely,
It gives you wings.
definitely Red Bull giving me wings. The yellow or peach Red Bull, but Rockstar over Monster.
And you know what? If you have a third answer, or
Yeah.
the answer is neither, you do you, boo.
Yeah,
Okay?
That's fair.
fine.
That's
fine.
fair. That's fair.
This is your life. This is your life.
Yeah.
All right. Pop punk or emo?
Pop punk. I think that emo got like the definition of emo has gotten a little bit lost in the sauce. And the definition of pop punk is also too overarching for sure. But just in terms of like how people would see me or the music I make or whatever, and just what I'm putting on, definitely pop punk. But I've got plenty of American football and From First to Last in my playlist too, and that's like emo.
And realistically, to me, this answer is like a lot of times when people say emo, they're meaning pop punk anyway.
I know. That's tricky. That's tricky. I DJ for Emo Night Brooklyn sometimes.
Yeah. It's mostly pop punk.
Well, dude, people will write in to they'll write in to like our survey questionnaire line or whatever, like, oh, tonight was too pop punk, or like tonight was too emo, or tonight was too metalcore or whatever. It's like, what do you think? I just like I'm playing the songs, man. Like,
the problem with it's not even the problem. Like, I feel like this scene in general is because it got so popular and like hot topic and mall, like everything is emo.
Yeah.
And I've talked about this a lot, but like pop punk, if you're saying like, oh, but I like pop punk, not emo. Well, now you're just like being one of those genre snobs, like realistically, because like at the point we're at, it's all emo. It's all just emo now, which is fine. It's just overgeneralized. The whole thing is generalized as emo. So if you say pop punk, if you say emo, 99 times out of 100, you mean the same thing.
Yeah. I think, be like, if I were to be mega genre snob about it, for me, the OG original emo was like American football, Taking Back Sunday, and like that kind of era of like those Midwest bands that did really like plucky guitar things, and it wasn't about what the look of it was at all. And then it was kind of like My Chemical Romance and Paramore and Fall Out Boy that like took that concept and ran away with it, and now it's so far past what originally just meant emotional music. And like, to me, that's like perfectly personified like by that American football record, or like Thrice even. But like, no one even brings them up at all in the conversation of like top emo bands ever. But like, when it just meant like emotional music, I think those were the bands that did it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Thrice though. I when I think of Thrice, I think of Thrice as metal.
No, that's
like,
that's totally fair. Yeah.
Yeah, especially like, I mean, but I stopped listening to them after their like metal albums.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay. Next one.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift or John Mayer?
Oh, I'm John Mayer. Hmm. I really like them both a lot.
Yeah, they're
Um,
both. I think they're both musically are great.
I think that John Mayer is a really good guitar player, and I think that President Swift is going to keep on putting out bangers. Um,
Agreed.
I will say I know more Taylor Swift songs. I probably listen to more Taylor Swift, so I would say Taylor Swift. But Gravity goes
All right.
crazy, and I love John Mayer.
I think John Mayer is fantastic. Like
Yeah.
I think he's great, and I also loved his skits he did with Dave Chappelle. Uh,
I would DJ the Taylor Swift nights for a little bit too. Maybe I'll get another one in the future, but I would play a song by one of Taylor Swift's exes, and then I would play the song that was about them. So there was
nice. I
a
like
John Mayer portion in there where I would play his new single because that was kind of popping at the time, and then I would play Dear John.
smart. I
Yeah.
like that. I like
That
that
is smart.
Yeah.
little little play off it.
Oh yeah.
Skinny jeans or baggy pants?
Baggy pants recently.
Mm.
I definitely have done both in my life, and I can totally see
Yeah.
myself flip flopping back and forth, but before the day is over.
Yeah.
But I like a couple like 3 years ago maybe, I like completely switched from like all the skinny jeans to what is now like baggier than I've ever worn. Um,
Yeah.
but honestly, just like about wearing something fun, like I wear my big orange ski pants or I wear like my jeans that like come way out at the bottom. Like it's not even about whether they're baggy or skinny, just that there's something crazy. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I'm just wearing like black regular Levi's right now, nothing skinny or baggy about them.
Also, I forgot. I was gonna. You were talking about this earlier, and every time I see like or I had saw a video about it, it would make me think about it. But when you were wearing like with the goggles and shit, and you were doing all the like the super bright colors with your yeah, like like that whole style that you were like rolling with, you're like it's the aesthetic of that. Every time I would see like your videos about that, all I could think of was the movie Can't Hardly Wait. Seth Green's character in that, and
Yes.
yeah,
That's a great, yeah, that honestly, aesthetically, like him in that movie is kind of, yeah, that's kind of it. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
So
You
like,
just put your webcam down a little. Is that a Digimon necklace?
Oh yeah, I've got my Crest of Friendship on
Yeah,
currently.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say because like with the goggles, it reminded me of Digimon.
Yeah, word. Well, that's like Digimon's like my favorite thing, like period. Like it's my favorite thing ever, and I tell everyone about it. So yes, that's a huge part of it, but it's like it's also not the whole thing. The goggle thing for me, I have a video about this pinned on the on our the Not My Weekend Instagram. But like everything about our style
yeah,
and the aesthetic for Shimmer season is just like directly inspired by all the stuff I like, and that happens to just be
yeah,
like Goku and Naruto and Digimon and SSX Tricky and the drummer in School of Rock and like just every like and Seth Green is like a great example and like NSYNC, like I've always loved how NSYNC dressed
yeah,
like during their first two cycles, and and there's just like so many things where it was like really bright colors and like a goggle or like a chain that didn't make sense. And like I think that for a long time, and this goes back to what we were talking about, honesty. For a long time, I thought that like I had to do the skinny jean and the band shirt or the swoopy hair thing because it was the music I was into and it was like the kind of band I wanted to be, but it never lined up with the stuff I liked aesthetically. Like I was spending all day staring at anime. So I like the idea of like instead of like, instead of putting on a Digimon or Dragon Ball Z shirt, which I have many of, just dressing like I was one of those guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
right.
And Jared was a big proponent of that because he was like, there's just so many skinny jeans and ripped bands out there. You know what I mean? And And he just wanted me to find like a really gimmicky thing, like a spiked hair or like a shaved head or something like that we could help frame the band around. But he did want it to be something that I like was into, and just like the whole goggles like mega anime inspired thing is just that is me. That's what I look at all day long. Like that's just it. So yeah.
I also am a big fan of a lot of those things. I have all 7 Dragon Balls hidden throughout my sleeve.
Hey, that's sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I got
Well, made a wish.
yeah, I got a 4-star ball around here somewhere. Got a little
nice. I have like back
Nice.
there by my computer. I have like all 7 Dragon Balls as well. Dragon Ball Z is my favorite thing. Like where Digimon's are, like Dragon Ball Z is my favorite thing. Like
yeah.
I love it.
I'm very excited for Daima, right? That's the name of it?
Yeah.
The
Daima's
new series.
I'm really excited for Daima. I'm also super excited for the new game. Can't wait.
Oh, Sparking
to play.
Zero is gonna go crazy, bro. Yes, I agree completely.
Like, no one's gonna hear from me the last like 3 months of the year. That's all I'm
of
gonna
October.
be
Yeah, yep.
October, November, December. Dragon
That's
Ball.
just it.
I love it. All right. What's the next one? Disney Plus or Netflix?
I mostly watch YouTube, definitely. But I'm a big Star Wars fan, so I'm inclined to say Disney Plus. But I just watched Three Body Problem on Netflix. I like that a lot too. I'm really down for either of those, but maybe Disney Plus, because Disney Plus also has Hulu, which has all the anime. But really, like for the most part, I'm just watching like Cody Co videos and Mr. Beast and like people's vlogs or like YouTube essays about amusement parks or something like that. Like really, it's just a lot of YouTube.
And about Fall of Troy, Trojan horses.
A lot of Fall of Troy recently. Yes, exactly.
No, I agree. When I'm by myself, I typically will gravitate towards YouTube.
Yeah. There's a new Michael Reeves video that just came out where he made a car out of bird scooters. So
Michael
dope.
Reeves is so crazy.
He's a lunatic. He's absolutely insane.
I don't think you know who Michael Reeves is, but you should like check out some of his videos.
I will.
You could click
a
on
tech
any of his
genius.
videos and you would like it. He is a mad scientist. He's insane.
I'll check it out. I'll also show my son because that's the type of YouTube he likes.
Yeah, he'd be into that. Yeah, Michael Reeves made a goldfish trade $50,000 in stock.
Yeah,
It was crazy.
Okay. All right, I'll have to check it out. We kind of asked this question already, but stuffed crust or deep dish pizza?
Yeah, it'd be in that one. It'd be stuffed crust. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Vans or Converse?
Vans. I don't like how Converse fit my feet. I got the new Vans Air Force One type ripoffs right here.
Nice. Did you see that that Chucks, like the Chucks are coming back out with the knee highs?
That would also not work for me.
Well, I know. I mean, I'm definitely not, I can't knee high Chuck, but I was just like, "Oh, we're doing that again, huh? Okay, cool."
Yeah.
Cool.
I would say Vans or a Nike, but I've got like 4 pairs of Vans and one pair of Pumas right now. So, yeah.
I have a
Nice.
closet full of like Jordans and Nikes.
Yeah, that's the move, honestly.
Gibby is the shoe guy.
I had a blue and white Nike Air Force One that we bought for a tour that got stolen.
Oh,
That's unfortunate.
Crazy.
that's gross. I don't like that.
Yeah.
All right, we got one last question. The All-American Rejects or the Offspring?
All American Rejects for sure. I love the All American Rejects. I love that band. That's
Yeah.
That Offspring's good too, but that's not even close. Tyson Ritter rips.
All right, fair. That's fair. It's that I would say in all of the like the bigger band ones that we've done, this has been the most that is like very heavily that leans towards one. Like
Mm.
we've done like Blink-182 or Green Day, which is like, well,
Green Day.
fuck me. Or like Fall Out Boy, My Chemical Romance, much
Fall
more
Out
like
Boy.
all of them were like but all of these were like more difficult. This one has been like 99% all American rejects.
Yeah, man, that's just that Bionicles influence right there. That's just that that's just that golden mask of Toa carrying that beautiful
Oh,
band through
God.
generations of pop rock inspired hits. I just don't know what to tell you. That's the I don't know what that's the boy right there.
Well, shit. All right.
It's- like Offspring's good, but they don't have
Yep.
they didn't make a Bionicles movie about them.
And that's where they went
Oh,
wrong.
shit.
That's
And that's
where
where they
their
went. That's where they
career,
went wrong. That's
the
no, they're
career
still
just
great.
fucking went
They're still
downhill.
great. They're still fine.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like,
Their new songs, I think their new song's pretty good.
I haven't
I
heard
like
it.
it. It sounds like The Offspring.
I've just
I
been
think that's
listening to
literally what I said in my reaction video. It's like I don't listen to much of the band, but
Yeah.
if I had to imagine what an Offspring song sounded like, it sounds like this.
I've just been listening to Sabrina Carpenter.
The only thing that I have heard that I think is super funny, and I'd never thought about it till this, is I saw one person's comment. It was like on the new Offspring song. It's like, this is great. This is great. It still sounds like Weird Al Yankovic is singing in Punk's band. I was like, oh, and I was like, oh shit. And then I listened to it. I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
it does sound like Weird Al.
Yeah.
It's wild. But all right, that's it. You did it. You finished
Nice.
the podcast. Now's your chance. Let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you, and what's next.
Thank you so much for having me, guys. You can follow the band on Instagram at Not My Weekend is the best place to keep up with shows and songs. And then if you follow me on Instagram at Patrick NMW, as in Not My Weekend, you can find the link tree that's in my bio, and that's got my TikTok and my YouTube and everything. And as we mentioned earlier in this show, like I'm posting all the same videos on pretty much all four of those. So if you like what I do, just keep up where you want to keep up. Oh, and also, because this is a podcast, I am doing a new show with Jared Gaines on Adobe Radio called The Meantime. That comes out June 25th on Adobe Radio. Big plug. Maybe should have mentioned it earlier, but if you're still here, it definitely means that you like listening to me talk. So
Yeah.
so check that out. I'm gonna post about it on our socials for Adobe Radio. So yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, that's awesome. That's huge news.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about I mean, I hope I'm allowed to say that. I got the email this morning that it's gonna be June 25th is our first episode. Which
Oh,
we've not recorded yet. So
I think you'll be okay. I think your episode comes out like early July, so.
oh, nice. Yeah, well then it's already up and going. It's
Yeah.
we'd be on like
It's been really good.
it's been
There's
great. The
reviews.
biggest
That
show
one
in Adobe's
episode-
history, actually.
That
That's
one
crazy.
episode is my
That's-
favorite episode.
Thank you. The one that went super viral that everyone was talking about. Yes.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
that's yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw like it went so viral. I actually like I watched it from the moon. I was
Yeah.
on the moon, and
We don't know-
and it made it to the moon.
We don't know if we're gonna have guests on that yet, but I'll have to get you guys on there.
I'm
That
in.
would be so
We're in.
sick. I'm down.
I want to do so we're just doing like it's just like comedy bits in the middle of Adobe Radio's normal programming.
Okay.
And we don't want to have guests, but we want to do like a lightning round, like basically what you guys did, but like
Yeah.
that's the guest segment, and then they're like not on the rest of the show. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
So, like that's the plan. We're just like one of our friends pops in, answers like the same weird questions we have for everyone, and then they like go. So maybe that could be fun.
I think it's a good idea. It's a good,
Yeah.
fun idea.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, with that, make sure to check out everything Now My Weekend has going on, as well as all of Patrick content. You don't want to miss any of it, because if you miss a week or a day, you might miss some Trojan Horse, great Trojan Horse content. You don't want to miss that.
At least,
But
at least one.
at least one more. But with that, this has been another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? And we'll see y'all on Monday. Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind the scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.